Ready?
Yeah, hit me again.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Da, 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 da. Phenomenon. Da, 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 da. Phenomenon.
Okay.
This might seem like a rare phenomenon, but I'm always going to say it like that from now on. But records show that the United States has experienced more than 30 such close calls since the beginning of the nuclear age.
What?
Is it nuclear or nuclear?
I say nuclear.
Because that's the correct way to say it.
Well, that's how, yeah, if you phonetically sound it out.
I say nuclear. Nuclear.
I say a lot of things weird. I say cement, and people are like, what?
Cement.
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 You know what I say? I say phenomenon. Da, 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 da. I'm never going to be able to say that word without singing it ever again.
Never, ever, ever.
Phenomenon.
I'm Misty.
And I'm Ike.
For the next 15 minutes,
We're going to debate pop culture.
my background's in music.
My background's in film.
I know the topics beforehand.
And I don't.
We check the internet for the facts.
And ruin it with opinions.
From pop rocks in your lunchbox.
To Happy Meal toys and swatch clocks. Welcome back to Misty and Ike, everybody. I'm your host, Mr. Ike.
I didn't know we were recording.
Well, hey, Misty.
Ooh. Hey, Ike.
We're recording.
We're recording. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm still here.
You still have the same candy on your desk from yesterday.
No, I'm just still eating it.
Oh,
I'm
gross.
on such a candy high right now. Sugar high.
Sugar, how'd you get so high?
I always think of this song from Empire Records, Sugar High.
Isn't that the one I just sang?
No, not even close.
Great.
It was Renee Zellweger singing with Coyote Shivers.
Well,
Who used
what's
to be
it called?
a door guy at the Viper Room. Sugar High. Are you going to play it?
I mean, not through the thing.
Oh, okay. It's so good. It's a great song.
We haven't been kicked off of YouTube in a while.
We haven't. Go. We've been slacking.
Find the perfect song for your video.
You find the perfect song for your video.
The perfect song for my video is Sugar High by Renee Zellweger and Coyote Shivers.
We gotta skip to the middle. What's this fake band? Whoa. Watch the video, folks.
I have.
It's really good.
They're at the benefit at the end of the show to save Empire Records.
Yeah.
They're playing outside in the parking lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about best and worst John Hughes movies.
There's bad John Hughes movies?
There's a couple.
Okay. And yeah.
What's your absolute favorite? There's so many. Like,
Terminator.
it's so hard.
You didn't hear.
Terminator. I don't think he made Terminator.
I'm totally kidding.
I was like, I don't think so. Did you know that? Okay. So I'm just gonna list some off, okay?
I mean, I have the whole list here.
Weird Science.
Yep.
Mr. Mom, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, Uncle Buck, The Breakfast Club, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, National Lampoon's Vacation, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Some Kind of Wonderful, The Great Outdoors, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Dutch, Career Opportunities, which is highly overlooked, Curly Sue, Beethoven, Miracle on 34th Street, the remake.
You are skipping so many movies.
Yeah, because I think that I can skip Dennis the Menace.
No, that's my favorite one.
Are you serious?
No, but Beethoven's right up there. They made 5 Beethoven movies.
Yeah, they were super popular.
They made 4 Home Alone movies.
Yeah, they were also super popular. Made in Manhattan, starring Jennifer Lopez, which I believe was... No, he died in like 2009, I think. That was in 2002. So he didn't make a whole lot of movies towards the end before he passed.
Yeah, but he made...
Flubber! He made Flubber!
He made Next in 2007. That might not be a John Hughes movie.
I mean, did you pull up something that says John Hughes movies?
Yeah, it says John Hughes movies.
So to me, what I get, the last movie that he made was in 2008, Drill Bit Taylor. But before that, 2002, there was a big gap.
Mm-hmm. Well, in 2008, there's Beethoven's Big Break.
Oh, my.
There's like 7 Beethoven movies.
Yeah. So, what's your absolute tops?
Baby's Day Out. I'm not kidding. Saw it in the theater with my mom.
Oh, so it has like a sentimental reason.
It was the equivalent. I laughed through the entire thing. I thought it was so funny that a little baby could just crawl through New York and these idiots, because I was such a Home Alone fan.
I love that so much. Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Because mine is Pretty in Pink, because I was in the 6th grade and my mom took me and my friend Heidi. She said, you can have one friend over for your birthday. And she took us to Kansas City, which was like a 2-hour drive from our tiny little town. And we went to the mall. Whoa. She bought us matching outfits.
Wow.
And she took us we got to eat in the food court at the mall.
So grown up.
I know. And she took us to see Pretty in Pink.
Wow.
So
that's a hell of a birthday. How old were you?
I was in 6th grade.
13?
No, I think 12.
12?
Younger.
It's a big year.
Yeah. It was a big deal.
Matching
Very big deal.
Now,
but I love that we both picked that because we went to go see that with our moms.
When you got your matching outfits, did you go put them on right away?
We did. They were, if I remember correctly, they were these peach colored tank top short outfits that had watermelons all over them.
Of course. What day at the mall? What kind of a day at the mall would it be without watermelon print?
You know what? It had to be younger than 6th grade because we wouldn't have worn any shit like that in 6th grade. Anyways, I just remember I was little and yeah, it was just a very cool day to spend with my mom.
I would not have appreciated A Baby's Day Out without Home Alone first. Like Home Alone is a solid awesomeness, and then Uncle Buck. It's those 3.
Uncle Buck, The Great Outdoors, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Dude, that should be a tri-pack on iTunes.
It absolutely should.
It probably already is.
It probably is.
I didn't realize that he made the vacation movies.
I didn't realize that until I started, pulling all of this stuff up. I always associate him very strongly, of course, with the Brat Pack movies.
Yep.
The teens. And I think maybe it was around 10 years ago that I realized that he had a big hand in a lot of John Candy movies.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I had realized that those were also John Hughes movies.
They were big collaborators.
Yeah. I didn't know that. So.
The Great Outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah. So now, today, in doing this, finding out that he did the National Lampoons, that's super interesting, too.
Oh, man. Miracle on 34th Street?
Yeah, that's a remake, though.
Well, yeah.
I mean, clearly.
I probably saw that one first.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you the other question.
All right.
What's your least favorite?
What is my least favorite John Hughes movie?
It's hard.
Mr. Mom. Curly Sue.
I was going to say Curly Sue. I very much don't like that movie.
It's not that great. Or Some Kind of Wonderful.
Oh, Some Kind of Wonderful. That's like back when Eric Stoltz was super hot.
Or She's Having a Baby. Like all these, I haven't seen any of these.
They're very much in the entire Brat Pack vein. It's Mary Stuart Masterson and Eric Stoltz, and he's just a big old.
I also can't comment on Beethoven's Fifth or Home Alone 4. I did see quite a number of the Beethoven movies. They made me giggle a lot too.
What was his name? Charles Grodin?
Beethoven.
The dad in the movies. I think it's Charles Grodin.
Wouldn't that be funny if he had the same dad in all of his stories?
God, that would have been so amazing.
I mean, he does. He carries through lines. He does a lot of series he kept Chevy Chase in all the vacation movies.
Yeah.
I did not like Vegas Vacation.
I didn't either.
Because I have a very fond perception of Vegas.
So do I.
Everything that happens to him in Vegas is negative.
It's really terrible.
Well, that's everything that happens to him in every one of those vacation movies.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's supposed to be the eternal, the man getting beaten down.
Yeah.
That's just the thing.
Right.
Have you seen Mr. Mom?
I don't think so. Probably, but I can't remember.
Mr. Mom has Michael Keaton in it. and basically gets fired from his job. And remember, this was in the early 80s. His wife goes to work and he has to stay at home and take care of the kids.
Wow.
And it's like the misadventures of a dad staying at home. And so it has definitely not aged well.
Right.
But at the same time, it's also like extreme physical comedy, which that is like my jam completely. I love people falling down and getting hit by doors in the head and things like that.
Yes.
It's totally one of those.
Where did that go?
It died when John Ritter died.
I
I truly believe that.
you cannot see a film and see any physical comedy anymore.
No. Like, to me, John Ritter was always the epitome of that. Three's Company.
Yeah.
His entire role in Three's Company was getting hit in the head with something.
Yeah.
Like Chrissy, the dumb roommate, like constantly slamming things into him.
You mean the beautiful
breaking his
roommate?
hand. Suzanne Summers of Thigh Master fame.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, and
She's right up there with Pammy.
I feel like that all went away when he passed away. There just isn't another actor that has taken on that role of like being okay getting hit in the face with things.
Well, hold on, please.
Bring me some.
Talking about, physical comedians that picked it up like right after John Ritter, I'd say Jim Carrey kind of carried the torch.
Jim Carrey was around for a long time before John Ritter passed away.
I don't know when John Ritter died, but he was a very physical comedian.
Okay. I don't know. You know my thoughts on many John Carrey films.
Carrey?
Sorry,
Wow.
Jim Carrey.
The disrespect this morning.
I was sitting here thinking John Candy because I'm staring at another one of these very specific movies to talk about. Jim Carrey. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I feel like he strayed away from that.
Oh, yeah, he definitely got out of it.
Yeah.
It's too hard on him.
Is there anybody else?
That was a physical comedian?
Yeah. I need that back in my life again.
Chevy Chase was pretty physical.
He doesn't do that anymore. I mean, like
He's super
now.
old. There's a current physical comedian. There isn't one. There are expressive people like Sebastian Maniscalco, but he's not physical. Like,
so when you plan your comedy, can you do
oh,
that? Please?
Yeah.
Can I hit you with things?
Sure. Absolutely. If you have Epics, you can see my current comedy special, The Unprotected Sets Season 2.
Oh yes. I'm sorry. Sets.
Unprotected Sets.
Oh, I see what you did there.
SETS. It's not mine. I didn't make that name up. But
It's a pretty good name, actually.
apparently I'm in it.
Kinda
I don't
do.
have a special, but I was the stage manager and I warmed up the crowd.
I think that's great.
Yeah. Apparently I'm in it. I'm going to have to get Unprotected. Anyway.
What? What?
No, I'm a comedian, guys.
You're something.
We should get a cricket sound.
Yeah, we should.
All right, where are we at? We're at
Okay.
John Hughes Day.
Well, yeah, and one of my other favorites that's on this list, and when I was rattling them off, I said, very often overlooked. It's called Career Opportunities.
Ooh, I don't even remember hearing about that one.
And, okay, so it has Frank Whaley. Do you remember Frank Whaley?
I do. He made a comeback.
He
a couple
did.
years ago.
Wasn't he Luke Cage? I think he was in Luke Cage.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
The new. He wasn't Luke Cage. He was in Luke.
No, he was in Luke Cage.
The tagline for this movie is maximum comedy at minimum wage.
So it's about this girl. I think she's like a rich girl, and she is having problems with her family, and she gets locked in a dressing. She like hides in a Target overnight.
It's not just some girl.
Yeah, it's Jennifer Connelly.
It's Jennifer Connelly.
I know. Like I said, I don't know how this movie gets overlooked, because it is like your stomach hurts because you're laughing so hard because it's so funny and stupid.
Yeah.
So Frank Whaley is the manager or overnight janitor, maybe.
He's been in a ton of shit.
Yeah, and he finds
Pulp
himself
Fiction.
locked in Target with Jennifer Connelly overnight.
He's in the new Jack Ryan series.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he's in lots of stuff.
He was in Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He was in Sneaky Pete.
Yeah. Oh, Sneaky Pete was so good.
Yeah.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Empire, Divorce, Elementary. Cold Moon, Chicago Med, Madoff, Unforgettable, Under the Dome, Gotham. I mean, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. He's super great. I feel like he's one of those guys, too, that, like, you're kind of like, oh, I know his face.
Yeah.
But you couldn't tell me his name.
Yep, he should have
But
been in
you're
that episode.
He should have, totally. He is legit one of my favorites from, like, back in that era.
Yeah.
Like,
He played
just
it right,
has a
too.
very, like, dry sense of humor, too.
Oh, yeah. And it's perfect because he, like, works constantly. He's probably got 20 credits a year.
Yeah.
But he's not so famous he can't just go to the store without somebody being like, hey, that's
Totally.
that guy from that thing.
Yeah, completely. He was in the Doors movie way back in the
Yeah.
days. I remember the first time I ever saw him was in a movie called Swing Kids. And it was
I don't know that one.
awesome. And Swimming with Sharks.
Swimming with Sharks.
Swimming with Sharks was super awesome.
He was in Broken Arrow. Remember Broken Arrow?
I don't.
Dude, John Travolta is a terrorist.
Oh, yeah.
And he steals a nuclear weapon, or he's a general and steals it and quits the... Broken Arrow is the military term for a lost nuclear weapon.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Very
It's an
interesting.
official term.
It's
I think.
also-
Better Google that.
It's also one of those, like, so we did our episode on the Holy Trinity of Nicolas Cage. And of course we have Face Off, but then we go into Con Air. I feel like that's like the military version of Con Air.
It is. It's the military uses the term broken arrow to describe any incident in which a nuclear weapon is lost, stolen, or inadvertently detonated. Who inadvertently detonates a nuclear weapon? This might seem like a rare phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, hit me again.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Da, 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 da. Phenomenon. Da, 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 da. Phenomenon.
Okay.
This might seem like a rare phenomenon, but I'm always going to say it like that from now on. But records show that the United States has experienced more than 30 such close calls since the beginning of the nuclear age.
What?
Is it nuclear or nuclear?
I say nuclear.
Because that's the correct way to say it.
Well, that's how, yeah, if you phonetically sound it out.
I say nuclear.
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 I say a lot of things weird. I say cement, and people are like, what?
Cement.
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 You know what I say? I say phenomenon. Da, 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 da. I'm never going to be able to say that word without singing it ever
never.
again.
Never, ever, ever.
Phenomena.
Okay. So, I mean,
What did we start? What was this episode about in the beginning?
well, it was basically about best and worst John Hughes films.
You remember when we started and we would start a topic and then it would just take us, like we'd start on elephants and we'd go all the way around to like
Rhinoceroses?
Rhinoceros. Dun, 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 dun. I can't
Rhinoceri.
stop. My nose is itching. Who's thinking about me?
Everyone.
Beth from 9th grade. Is it you?
Probably.
Phenomenon. I'm
All
gonna
right.
beat that one to death.
You are going to beat that one to death.
Yep.
Poor Beth. Okay. So I feel like we would be remiss if we did not talk for a tiny minute about Home Alone.
We'll go into bonus time for Home Alone.
All right. I mean,
You want to know some interesting facts?
I do. Tell me.
Number one, if you like Home Alone, there is a 4-part docu-series on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us.
Yeah.
And it tells you all about it. And I mentioned this yesterday, but they built the interior of the home of Home Alone inside the gymnasium of the school that they shot all the other John Hughes films at.
So cool.
And one day,
Love me movie magic.
Home Alone got like completely scrapped. There was a $9 million film, and they were like, "Man, I don't think so." And they were like into production, and they went around and department by department, like one department was in the science class and one was in the whatever. They took over this school and made it the production house. They're shutting down production, and then before everybody even packed up their stuff, Fox bought the film for $20 million.
Wow.
And it ended up being one of the highest grossing films of all time.
Absolutely. Like if I had to say, hey, these are my favorite John Hughes movies, it doesn't rank into those, but that doesn't mean I don't love it.
It doesn't even register as a John
right.
Hughes.
Like I completely love it, and I think it's it's the Christmas movie. It's like the only Christmas movie that I care about watching.
Yeah.
But when I think of my favorites, it's not in that list.
You should. The other part of that documentary goes into like whether or not Joe Pesci was going to take the role.
Right. I've actually read a little bit about
It's
that.
so good. That movie also had one of the highest rates of stunt performer injuries of any film of all time because of all the
because all the
physical
goofy
humor.
shit. Yeah.
There's
totally.
a stunt guy that they did
Daniel Stern slipping on the ice.
Yeah,
That's
dude-
an iconic scene.
one of the takes where they had to land on his back. Somebody
Yeah.
they had to do it like 40 times.
Oh my God.
And then they were waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for it to snow. So they were waiting.
Oh, I bet.
And it never snowed, never snowed, never snowed. And then one day they woke up and it was
like,
snowy. They had to
that's
take
so
a unit
funny.
to go do all the establishing shots.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Which also makes me go, what happened to Daniel Stern? That guy was so like,
Oh, he's a worker.
really?
Yeah, he's been on a ton of stuff.
He was like my fave for a really long time, and then he just like fell off.
Dude, he didn't go nowhere.
He was in a bunch of Billy Crystal movies for a hot second,
Yeah.
a couple years.
You know how
What's
tall
that
he is?
movie that they all go and become cowboys? Billy Crystal and Daniel Stern.
Dude,
and
come on.
I'm sorry, it's escaping me the name of it.
I can't.
I
think of
love it
either.
though.
I'm looking at it right here. I'm looking at a picture of it and I can't even think of it.
You're looking at a picture.
City Slickers.
Oh, so
I didn't even read that. I
good.
didn't even
How
read it.
is City Slickers not a John Hughes movie, by the way? Like, it fits into that same humor with, like, all the John Candy movies and stuff like that.
On his IMDb, it says City Slickers in Westworld video short. I think they played a clip of City Slickers in the HBO show
Westworld?
so he gets the credit for that.
That's pretty great.
But he's been working
cool.
the whole time. His IMDb is full.
He hasn't come across my screen in some days.
In 2018, he was in Game Over Man,
I don't know what that was.
Angie Tribeca, Strange Calls, Getting On, Manhattan, House of Lies. He was on House of Lies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Workaholics, A Christmas Story 2 back in 2012. The Next 3 Days, Red State Blues, Whip It, Monk. He was on Monk, Family Guy. He's in a ton of stuff.
Wait a minute. Didn't Luke tell us some stories about him when he came in to do my podcast?
I don't know. That was a year and a half ago.
I think he played in one of Luke's movies. Hold, please.
We're in bonus time.
We are in bonus time. I think Daniel Stern was.
He's great, man. He started in 1979.
I think that Luke told us a story about how he went to Daniel Stern's house and there was a dog there. And it ends up that Daniel Stern, like, they had bought the house and the dog came with the house. Do you remember that a little bit?
That was over 250 podcast episodes ago.
Sorry. Okay. Anyways, well, I think that wraps up for today.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were
Yeah.
sufficiently completely off topic here and there.
I think the theme of today, if we have a takeaway, just one kind of
Yeah.
resonating word that goes for the day,
Okay.
would be that today was a phenomenon.
Banana.
Phenomenon. I'm going to cut.
This
I'm
is my
gonna
life,
cut.
guys. This is my life.
Thanks for voting yesterday, everybody.
Unless it's Friday.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.